Welcome to Transforming Assessment in SecondLife. In this island we are looking at the different possibilities for assessment tasks in SecondLife. Here we've built some rooms, or res them in SecondLife terminology, based on discipline areas. So you can see we have chemistry and physics in this particular example, and what we'll do is we'll go into the chemistry room and see what's available in here. As we walk in, we can see that there's a number of features. The one that we want to look at first is the quiz chair. This is the Sloodle quiz chair, and we have some instructions here. So when you're exploring yourself in SecondLife Island, you can go around, try these different tools that we have available for you. In this particular case, it's called the Sloodle quiz chair, and what this enables you to do is to do a quiz inside SecondLife. This is connected to our Moodle server, so we actually set the questions up in Moodle, in the quiz tool inside Moodle, and when the student is engaging in activities within SecondLife, you can put these quiz chairs at key locations throughout the island, and you can have the students then respond to some relatively simple questions. So at this stage they're relatively simple in nature, but we will have a look at this. So if I do a left-hand click, one of the extra features that we've put in here is to link the chair directly to an external website. So in this case, what we've done is linked to another page which would open in the normal browser on the student's computer, and that would give rise to some additional tools that the student can use to be able to help them answer the questions. You'll note that the instructions here on the wall say to actually start the quiz, you right click and you sit on the chair. So let's sit on the chair, and what happens now is you see that the quiz starts. So over on the right hand side here we have a series of very simple multiple choice questions which are coming from our Moodle server. In the way that we've set this up, the student would actually be looking at the external web page as well for some of the tools that we have there for another piece of work that we're doing called tool-based assessment. And you'll notice here that the question here says click on the link in question 1 on the external website, and that gives the student access to a Java applet. This Java applet is a small application that allows the student to interrogate, in this particular case, emission and absorption spectra to be able to respond to this question. So what we've tried doing here is showing how you can mix different formats in the one assessment task for students. So we have questions sitting on our Moodle server, we have the students accessing an external website for a tool that they can use to answer the questions, and here we've placed a quiz chair within SecondLife, so you could have other activities that the students would be doing in SecondLife, and then they would be able to answer these questions at key locations. So the student just clicks on the response here, and the feedback comes up on the left hand side. You see here, sorry, I got this one incorrect, and then our second question comes up, and again this is asking the student to do something in that external website and choose between these options A, B and C. I'll just choose one arbitrarily so that we can work through this. You can see that I get some feedback here. The third question that I have is actually one that relates to a numeric question. So here the student actually does an activity in the external website, and then they have to calculate a log p-value, or get a calculation of a log p-value from a structure they've drawn. So this is simply to show an alternative question type. In this case it's text entry. So I can enter a value here in the chat, and you can see I get feedback here as well, and I just put in an arbitrary value so you can see that I'm incorrect on this particular one. And the last question in this particular example is again a numeric question, so this is calculating a rate constant for reaction data. The reaction data is sitting on that external website, so once again the student would enter a value in the chat section and then they would get feedback. So that completes this section on how one might incorporate a quiz chair, an external website and questions sitting on a Moodle site inside SecondLife.